Welcome to the Greenlite Antenna installation video. To install your antenna, first open the door to gain access to the machine. If your machine is shipped from the factory with Greenlite already installed, your machine should have a hole in either the cabinet or the door top covered by a plug. If the plug is present, push the plug out and proceed with threading the antenna through the top of the machine. You'll find the antenna in the box in the bottom of the machine. It is placed here for safekeeping for shipment. If you are retrofitting a machine, you will need to drill a 3/4 inch hole in the top of the machine to mount the high gain antenna. Locate an appropriate spot away from any bracing or obstruction. The center post of the antenna is about 2 inches on center. You will want to remember this later when drilling. Measure in from the front of the cabinet the appropriate distance to the point you found suitable and record for later use. Access the top of the machine and measure and mark the dimension you took while inside the machine, at least 2 inches from the side of the cabinet. We recommend using a step drill bit with a 3/4 inch setting to help drill a quick, precise hole and minimize shavings, as they are typically deposited up and outside the machine instead of down inside the machine with a standard drill bit. You can now remove the hex nut and washers from the antenna and slide them off the cable. These will be reinstalled inside the machine. Now thread the antenna cable through the new hole. You can now clean up and reposition to the front of the machine. If your machine is a refrigerated model or has exceptionally thick bracing, you can obtain an optional 55mm or 75mm antenna bolt extender from Vendnet. This extender has a channel down the middle for the antenna cable to thread through. Simply place the cable inside the channel and thread the top end with the small threads into the bottom of the antenna base bolt. Then you can install as shown earlier. Next, find the antenna cable end inside the machine and thread the washers and hex nut over the cable. The large flat washer goes first, followed by the lock washer, and finally the hex nut. Then push all three up the cable onto the antenna stud. Thread the hex nut onto the stud and turn until finger tight. Finger tight is acceptable for most locations, but if your machine is in an exceptionally dusty or moist location, you can tighten with a wrench. This concludes the installation video for the Greenlite antenna. If you have any questions about this installation, please contact Vendnet at 1-800-833-4411 or visit www.greenlightVending.com/support.